This is breaking news. President Trump just made a deal that might end income taxes for most Americans. Yes, you heard that right. No more federal income taxes, and this isn't just talk anymore. The numbers are real. The deals are happening. And for the first time in over 100 years, we might actually see the end of federal income taxes for regular people. I'm going to break this down step by step. We'll look at the new trade deals, we'll see how the math works, and I'll show you exactly how close we are to making this dream a reality. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this could be the biggest change to American taxes in your lifetime. So let's jump right in. Chapter 1. The game-changing EU trade deal. Trump just secured a massive trade deal with the European Union. This deal is unlike anything we've seen before, and it's the key to understanding how we could eliminate income taxes. Here's what the deal includes. The EU will have 0 tariffs on American goods. That means our products get sold in Europe with no extra costs. But here's the kicker. We get to put 15% tariffs on all EU goods coming into America. The EU also agreed to buy $750 billion worth of American energy. That's money flowing directly into our economy. On top of that, they're investing an additional $600 billion in the United States. They're also buying our military equipment. This is a massive win for America. Whether you love Trump or hate him, this deal puts money in American pockets. It creates jobs, and it gives our government new sources of income. But this EU deal is just the beginning. Trump has been cutting similar deals with countries all over the world, and each deal follows the same pattern. Chapter 2. The global trade revolution. Trump didn't stop with the EU. He's been making deals left and right. Each one follows the same winning formula for America. Japan signed a similar deal last week. No tariffs on American goods going to Japan, but Japan pays 15% tariffs on goods coming to America. Japan also committed to invest $550 billion in the United States. When you add up just these two deals, that's nearly $2 trillion of new investment coming into America. That's money that creates jobs. That's money that gets taxed. That's money that helps fund our government. Trump also has deals in the works with China, the UK, the Philippines, and Indonesia. All of these deals follow the same pattern. 0 tariffs on our exports, higher tariffs on their imports, and massive investments in America. There's a deadline too. August 1st is when tariffs go way up on any country that doesn't have a deal with us. That's creating urgency. Countries want to make deals before that deadline hits. These trade deals are generating massive amounts of money for the American government, and that money is the key to eliminating income taxes. Which brings me to chapter 3. How much money we're actually making. But really quick before I move on, if we haven't met yet, I'm Sean's clone, a licensed tax professional who personally researches and writes every script you see from me. And while Sean is helping people save on taxes, I'm here to share his knowledge with you. But if you have any questions, the real Sean reads every single comment and tries to respond to most. Also, if you need help with tax planning, click the link below to get a free consultation to start saving more money before the tax year ends. All right, on to chapter 3. How much money we're actually making. Let's talk real numbers, because the amount of money coming in from these deals is staggering. In just the last 2 months, we've raised $20 billion each month from new tariffs. That's $40 billion in just 2 months. The estimate for the entire year is $240 billion in additional tariff revenue. That's $240 billion on top of what we normally collect. This is brand new money flowing into the government, and it's money that doesn't come from taxing American workers. But tariffs aren't the only source of new revenue. Trump's team has also been cutting government waste through Doge. They've already saved $170 billion by eliminating wasteful spending. There's also the Golden Visa program. The government sells special visas to wealthy foreigners for $5 million each. So far, this program has raised $5 billion, and there's potential for much more. When you add it all up, the government is bringing in way more money than expected. In fact, they now have a $100 billion surplus. That's $100 billion more than they need to cover their current expenses. This surplus is crucial because it shows we can fund the government without relying so heavily on income taxes, which isn't new and brings me to chapter 4. The historical truth about American taxes. Here's something that might shock you. America operated for over 100 years without any income tax at all. 0. None. The income tax is actually pretty new in American history. It was introduced about 100 years ago, and it was supposed to be temporary. It was meant to pay for government programs during tough times. Then it was supposed to go away. But you know what they say. Nothing is more permanent than a temporary government program. The income tax never went away. Instead, it kept growing and growing. Here's the crazy part. The taxes that made our founding fathers so angry they fought a war were only 1.5% of people's income. Today, the average American pays about 30% of their income in taxes. That's 20 times more than what caused the Revolutionary War. Think about that. We're paying 20 times more in taxes than the amount that made people so mad they started a revolution. And we just accepted it as normal. But it doesn't have to be this way. We lived without income taxes before. We can do it again. And Trump's plan shows us exactly how. Chapter 5. Trump's bold 150K plan. Trump has a specific goal. He wants to eliminate federal income taxes for anyone making less than $150,000 a year. That covers about 90% of all Americans. His Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick, confirmed this plan. He said Trump's goal is no tax for anybody making under $150,000 a year. That's what they're working toward. This isn't just campaign talk. This is a real plan with real numbers behind it, and the math actually works. There are two main ways they plan to replace the lost tax revenue. First, tariffs will make up a big chunk of the money. Second, they're going after tax cheats who hide money overseas. You know those rich people who move their money to other countries to avoid taxes? The government is cracking down on that. When they catch these tax evaders, that brings in billions of dollars. But here's the key question. Is this plan actually possible? Can we really eliminate income taxes for 90% of Americans? Let's look at the math. Chapter 6. The math that makes it work. Critics say eliminating income taxes is impossible. They point to big, scary numbers. The government collects $2.2 trillion a year from individual income taxes. That's a lot of money to replace. But here's what they're missing. Trump only wants to eliminate taxes for people making less than $150,000. The top 10% of earners would still pay income taxes. That top 10% pays $1.5 trillion in income taxes. So we only need to replace $700 billion, not $2.2 trillion. That makes the goal much more realistic. We already have a $100 billion surplus from tariffs and spending cuts. That leaves us needing $600 billion more per year. That's still a big number, but it's much more manageable. And there are lots of ways to get that $600 billion. We don't have to rely only on tariffs. There are multiple sources of revenue we can tap into. The trade deals alone are bringing in massive amounts of money. When American businesses export more goods, they make more money. When they make more money, they pay more in business taxes. The economy grows and tax revenue grows with it. Chapter 7. Multiple revenue streams. The beauty of Trump's plan is that it doesn't rely on just one source of money. There are multiple revenue streams working together. First, we have the tariff money. As I mentioned, we're already bringing in $240 billion more per year from tariff. And as more countries make deals with us, this number could grow. Second, we have foreign investment. Countries are investing nearly $2 trillion in America. When foreign companies invest here, they create jobs. Those jobs get taxed. The companies pay taxes too. Third, we have increased exports. When other countries remove tariffs on American goods, our businesses can sell more overseas. More sales mean more profits. More profits mean more tax revenue. Fourth, we have the Golden Visa program. Wealthy foreigners pay $5 million each for special visas. This program could potentially raise enormous amounts of money. Fifth, we have natural resources. The government is opening up more public land for drilling and mining. Companies pay fees to use this land. Those fees go to the government. Sixth, we have continued spending cuts. Every dollar the government stops wasting is a dollar they don't need to collect from taxpayers. When you add all these sources together, reaching that $600 billion goal becomes very realistic. Chapter 8. Why this matters for you. This isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. This is about your life. This is about your family's future. This is about the American dream. High taxes make it hard for regular people to get ahead. When the government takes 30% of your income, you have less money to save. You have less money to invest. You have less money to start a business. Low taxes mean more opportunities. When you keep more of your money, you can take risks. You can follow your dreams. You can start that business you've always wanted to start. America used to be the land of opportunity. Anyone could start with nothing nothing and build something great. But high taxes have made that harder and harder. When taxes are too high, only big corporations can afford to operate. Small businesses can't compete. Local economies suffer. Communities lose their character. But when taxes are low, small businesses thrive. Local economies boom. People have choices, they have opportunities, they have freedom. Eliminating income taxes for 90% of Americans would be the biggest boost to the middle class in generations. It would put thousands of dollars back in your pocket every year. But listen, there are still things you can do right now to lower your tax bill. And if you own a business or an investor, then you have a gold mine of opportunities to tap into. If that's you, consider clicking the link below to schedule a free tax planning discovery call. Moving on, let's talk Chapter 9. The bigger economic picture. This plan isn't just about helping individuals, it's about transforming the entire American economy. When people keep more of their money, they spend more. When they spend more, businesses make more money. When businesses make more money, they hire more workers. When they hire more workers, unemployment goes down and wages go up. It's a positive cycle that benefits everyone. More spending leads to more jobs. More jobs lead to higher wages. Higher wages lead to more spending. The foreign investment coming from these trade deals makes this cycle even stronger. When foreign companies invest $2 trillion in America, they're building factories, they're creating jobs, they're buying American materials and services. All of this economic activity gets taxed. Even without income taxes on individuals, the government still collects money from business taxes, import taxes, and other sources. The economy grows so much that the government actually ends up with more money, not less. It's a win-win situation for everyone, but it's not all roses and sunshine. Let's discuss Chapter 10. The real challenges. Of course, this plan isn't without challenges. The biggest challenge is the national debt. We owe over $30 trillion. We pay about $500 billion per year just in interest on that debt. Even if we eliminate income taxes, we still need to deal with the debt problem. We can't ignore it forever. But here's the thing. A growing economy makes it easier to pay off debt. When the economy is booming, tax revenues from other sources go up. Businesses pay more taxes, people buy more things, so sales taxes go up. The key is to grow the economy faster than the debt grows. If we can do that, the debt becomes less of a problem over time. The trade deals and tax cuts could spark the kind of economic growth we need. When people have more money to spend and businesses have more opportunities to grow, the whole economy benefits. It won't happen overnight, but with the right policies, we can grow our way out of the debt problem while still eliminating income taxes for most Americans. So what happens next? The pieces are already falling into place. The trade deals are signed, the tariff money is flowing in, the spending cuts are happening. Trump's team is working on more deals with more countries. Each deal brings in more money and creates more opportunities for American businesses. The $600 billion gap is getting smaller every month. Between tariffs, foreign investment, increased exports, and spending cuts, we're getting closer to the goal. This could actually happen. For the first time in over 100 years, we could eliminate federal income taxes for regular Americans. You could keep thousands more dollars every year. You could have the freedom to chase your dreams without the government taking a huge chunk of your paycheck. And remember, if you own a small business or real estate investor, then click the link below to figure out what you can do today to lower your taxes. Or if you want to keep learning, consider watching one of the videos coming up next. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.